Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. Hop on over to the chat box and let us know your name and what coach invited you. We're going to be getting started in a couple minutes here. We're still giving everyone a little bit of time to hop on, so grab your coffee and just listen in. I have brought some friends with me this morning. I have Kelly and Angel on with me. They're going to be sharing some awesome stories, and Julie is going to be working some slides for us today.
Hey everybody, I hope you are having a wonderful weekend, and we really appreciate you coming on the call this morning. I know our lives are super busy, and we're going every which way, so we really appreciate you taking the time, and we know that you will find this enjoyable and inspirational, and you get a little taste of what our lives are like.
Guys, if you get cut off at all, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I forgot to mention, if you get cut off at all, go back to the link in your email and you should be able to hop right back on. If we disappear for any reason at all, just hold tight and wait till a few minutes and we'll come back on.
So who has coffee this morning? Anybody?
I do.
Cheers.
Haven't even gotten a sip out of it.
Me neither. I gotta pop mine open. I hope everybody had a good holiday so far. And I think we're going to begin in a couple minutes. Let's see. I am unable to see the chat box where I'm at, but...
All right, let me hop in there and see who we have here. We have Heather, who was invited by Angel. Angel, you're awesome. Shauna, invited by Andrea Cummings. Andrea is an awesome coach.
Love Andrea. She makes me smile.
Raylan, thanks for coming on. Alicia, invited by Julie.
Woohoo, go Julie. Julie is an amazing leader, and she's saved the day for me right now.
Jen Dicey, thanks for coming on. And Cheryl. Cheryl, Julie is your coach. All right.
So how are you ladies doing on the call today? Are you excited?
I am excited. I'm so happy that we got this internet thing worked out.
I know.
Yeah.
Always technology, right? Are we ready to begin?
I think so.
All right, well, let's begin. You're in the right place if you are ready to start living your life by design, and you're ready to get healthy and maintain a healthy lifestyle. If you're ready to stop being on that dieting roller coaster that some of us know very well, this is going to be a great webinar for you to listen into and to be inspired, like I said earlier. Another thing, if you love helping others, take notes here. And you can, believe it or not, make a great living helping others and helping your family. And we're going to share that with you today in this webinar. So we're going to actually start with Angel.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on. We're all so excited to have you here. Just to give you a little bit of background on me, I'm a one-star diamond qualifying coach, which I'm sure doesn't really mean all that much to you right now. But I've been a coach for almost 2 years now. I used to be an Army wife, but my husband got out of the military a few months ago, so we just moved back home, and that's to Buffalo, New York. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids. I have Jackson, who just turned 2, and Eleonora, who we call Ellie. She is 4 months old. I I had no idea what I wanted to do throughout my entire life. I spent 10 years in and out of college, switching majors, and I just felt completely lost, like I would never figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And honestly, that didn't change until I found out I was pregnant, and I realized that what I wanted out of life was to be able to stay at home with my kids. That was a huge, huge driving force. But I had I had so many health passions. Um, a few years prior, I had begun getting healthy because throughout my entire life, I had terrible body images. I I just didn't feel healthy, and so I found my fitness at the age of 23, and I didn't really want to turn back, regardless of whether I was a mom or not. So I kind of figured out that I found Beachbody on accident. My best friend actually asked me to sign up as a coach because military spouses can actually sign up for free as well as military members. And I just did it as a favor. I wasn't even interested in coaching at the time. But little did I know that I would figure out that this is what I wanted to do for my entire life. I found a balance that I was able to be a stay-at-home mom with my kids. I was able to bring in an income, it was huge to me because I had always had a job throughout my entire life. And then once I moved to Texas with my husband, there were so many wives looking for work, and it was impossible to find a job. Once I became pregnant, which was only about 3 months after I got there, and once I started to show, I just gave up looking for work because I figured if I wasn't finding any jobs not pregnant, I wasn't going to find jobs while I was starting to show being pregnant. So I kind of just accepted my situation, and I just kind of went with the flow, and then I had my son, and 6 weeks after, that's when I started Insanity because of my best friend's recommendation soon after I started coaching, and it's been amazing ever since. I found out when my son was 1 year old that I was pregnant with my daughter, and then I also found out that my husband was going to be getting out of the military. So I realized I really needed to make this work in order to stay home with my kids. And I worked my butt off, and I did amazing. And I started bringing in an income to where, as before, we were worried about, I was worried about every single dime coming out of our bank account. And now I am officially credit card debt free. Since February of this year, I started my goal, and I hit that goal by October, all from coaching. I've been in credit card debt since I was 18 years old, just turned 27, so that's a huge, huge thing, and that's all thanks to coaching. And because of coaching, like I said, I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom, which is the most important thing to me. I don't have to miss a day with my kids, but I still get to help other people get healthy, and I get to be healthy myself, and I get to be a great role model for my children. So, yeah, that's a little background information on me. I don't know who's next, if it's Kristen or Kelly, but thanks for listening.
Thanks, Angel. I will go next, and I just want to say I had the opportunity actually to meet Angel in real life because, as some of you know, we do most of our work online. So we know people from online, but I had the pleasure to meet Angel last week, was it, at our holiday party at Julie's house? And it was just a pleasure to actually really see her in person, and she's such an inspiration. I truly, truly, even though she's younger than me, I do look up to her. Having 2 young children at home, and she's able to just seriously rock this business and show and prove that this can be done, which to me is super important too. So awesome job, Angel. You truly do inspire so many people with your story and how you make it all happen. So I'm honored to be on the call with all of you guys, actually. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I actually have in my blood. Some of you that know me know that I'm a helper at heart. That's when I feel my best, when I'm helping and nurturing. And I actually taught school for 10 years, and I absolutely loved it. That was my passion. I felt that like I was fulfilling my dreams, being able to teach young kids. It was the best job ever. I taught kindergarten, first, second grade. I was a literacy specialist, and it was all just super amazing. But the one thing that I did always struggle with was the worry and stress that came along with teaching. I don't know if there are any teachers that are listening, but I think you probably could relate to that. There are things coming from every which way when you're teaching. It's an amazing job. You work your tail off. And I was starting to get stressed from every which way because of just, I got laid off and then I got hired back. And so I'd be stressing about my observations. I'd be stressing about, if I was meeting the standards, and they were always changing. I always was stressed that I was teaching to the test and not to the children. Parents, I was always worried that I was hoping they'd like me. And so it was starting to take off and getting called back. So I never knew what the next year held for me, which was challenging because I had to start from scratch every year, and I had been teaching for 10 years. So to start from scratch every year was really taking a toll on me. I always put myself and my needs last so that I could be the best that I could at what I was doing. And unfortunately, like I said, when I officially got laid off for the first time, my world just stopped. I don't know if you've ever felt like when you've had your passion taken away from you. It's not like I had done anything wrong. It was just the state of the nation, and it was the way that the schools were going in our area. And so it was like I felt like teaching defined me, and then it was just pulled out from under me. All that hard work that I put in, my passion, everything. And so I felt a little pigeonholed. I don't know, some of the teachers may feel that way. You feel like you have this certification. I mean, I have my master's degree in literacy. I spent years and money on this, and then I felt like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I going from here? So I felt like if I couldn't teach, I didn't know who I was, and that really, honestly, it really affected my health, and I went through a series of health problems. And I brought it on myself. I'm not going to lie. I stressed myself out. I'm a little bit of always, in competition with myself. I put the weight of the world on my shoulders. I was losing weight, and it wasn't in a healthy way. It was because I couldn't even eat. And if you know me, I do love eating. My hormones were just haywire. And then we were trying to get pregnant, and I had tons of fertility issues, which led to some miscarriages along the way. And it was just, I was in a really, really low point in my life. And I didn't know if it was ever going to change. That's a scary feeling. I don't know if you've ever been at that point where you don't know if you are ever going to get out of the hole. So finally, after having a little bit of a pity party, like some of us, we do, I mean, that happens, I decided that I needed to stop and take matters into my own hands. And that's when things started to change. I slowly started designing my future the way I wanted it to be. And so I educated myself. I saw this one show on Oprah, which is so cliche, on food, and it just like opened my eyes. And I started to just really be like inspired and educated by all this food and what it was doing to our bodies. And I got really into holistic health, and that was honestly the best decision I ever made, because that led me to my coach, my amazing coach, Tatiana. We actually met maybe like a year and a half ago through our certification that we got, and eventually we just built a relationship. We kept each other accountable, and then I noticed she changed. Something was going on, and I was like, what is she doing? She just was so happy, and I definitely took notice, and that's when she told me about Beachbody, and I happened to be going on a vacation, so she introduced me to the Twin Fix. Literally, at first I was like, well, I don't know, and then I ended up signing on as a coach, but I told her I was not going to coach because I was too busy with other things. with years of doing that, I literally cleared, the fog lifted, and I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this and share this with people. And I knew I needed to add it to my business because it was just a great program that had everything you could possibly imagine all in one program. So it really put this mindset that I could conquer anything. I could conquer any task sent my way. And being a mom, now I'm blessed enough to have a son, and he's 2 now. I ended up getting healthy and being able to maintain a pregnancy through that. And ended up doing the program after having him, just to sort of go a little bit back. And you know, I don't know if any of you know how it feels once you have a child. You're like, well, that's just the way life is going to be. I had a little bit of weight to lose, and this just did it for me. I lost 4 dress sizes. I literally am in the best shape I have ever been in. I was able to actually, because of my results, be in a video. I don't know if I will make the cut, but I'll be. I was able to go to LA and be in the infomercial, and just once I started changing my mindset and going for what I wanted and really putting my passions first of helping others first, things just it's just been amazing, and I'm so blessed that I'm actually able to teach again, believe it or not, in a different realm, and I can help people get healthy. So I'm loving it. I love coaching. I love being around positive people, and I no longer have that stress, especially on Monday mornings, going to school and worrying. I wake up, I design my own life, and I'm able to set my own hours. I take Fridays off, and it's awesome. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm going to pass it on over to Kristen. Kristen, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I muted myself when I was coughing and I couldn't get it back up. Thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing. I literally had chills, and Angel too, when you talk about being credit card debt free, and it's amazing, seriously. Thank you so much. And if you guys are all watching, we would not know each other if it wasn't for coaching. Kelly literally lives like 2 minutes from me, and we would have never met if it wasn't for this awesome journey. And so thanks. I'm going to start crying. All right, so who am I? I am Kristen Garrow, and I am a busy mom of 3 under 3. I've been married to my husband, Nelson, for 3 years. He's up in the top picture. And our 3 kiddos that are in the other pictures, we have Mason. He's 2.5, about to be 3 in February. And Diem and Layla are our twin girls who just turned 1 year old this month. So I want to tell you a little bit about how I got here. I spent the better half of my life basically being a victim of the diet industry. I suffered silently through bulimia, diet pills, excuse me, quick fixes, lemon juice cleanses, Weight Watchers, over-exercise, all of it. I did not have a smooth path down with my health. I had a huge unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. I was always up and down on the scale. I was skinny, I was heavy, I was medium, but I was never healthy even when I was skinny or small. And I was really never happy. I look back at pictures now and I just don't see, you can see on that bottom picture the smile in my eyes. It's just not a happy smile. And it's hard to look back on those. I basically threw out all of those pictures from my heavier times, and that was one I found. And I'm glad I found it because it shows a lot of how I got here. I had been at home being a mom for the past almost 3 years. I quit my job when I was pregnant with Mason because I was really unhappy in my job. I I was miserable, depressed. I just wasn't happy. So when we found out we were expecting, it was a surprise, and I decided just to quit, and my husband supported me. So here I was. Me and my husband weren't married yet, so I was pregnant and out of a job and unmarried. So I'm pretty positive that everyone said, wow, she's not going to amount to much now. I had a 4-year degree in speech language pathology, and I also had an MBA. So I had a lot of huge student loan debt. Luckily for me, our unplanned pregnancy happened with the perfect man for me, and he supported me and encouraged me to do something I loved. And I wasn't really sure what that was. I had really got into health and fitness, but I still had that unhealthy relationship. Sorry guys, I'm just getting over a cold. So the opportunity to own my own business came up, and my husband only wanted to make me happy, so he said, go for it. And I jumped and opened my own stroller fitness franchise. I finally felt like I had a purpose. Mason's pregnancy had some serious complications. I was really, really sick. And then I brought home a colicky reflux baby, who, if you're a mom and you have experienced that, you know how it feels. So I threw myself back into fitness because I had all this extra baby weight. And the up and down battle began again. And I just couldn't get out of that. So about when Mason was a year old, a little bit over a year, I met my coach, Tatiana. And she introduced me to clean eating. And I was kind of just following everything she was doing. As Kelly said, they both got their holistic certification. So I was taking bits and pieces from that. Every time she would say something, and I'm like, oh, I could try that, I could try that. And finally, one day it just clicked, and I said, I need to make a change. I can't keep living like this. I changed my diet. I got rid of all the processed foods. I began eating clean, whole foods. This turned into I was in the best shape of my life. I finally had an exercise pattern. I finally had the foods down. It was great. And I got pregnant again. And this time, surprise, twins. The pregnancy wasn't a surprise, but the twins were. So this was definitely a shock, and especially with the chaos that surrounded Mason's pregnancy, it was not good. I was determined and positive, though, that my new healthy lifestyle was going to make this pregnancy the best pregnancy ever. I was right and I was wrong. With my twins, my doctor says my pregnancy was doomed from conception. I had internal bleeding, hyperemesis, I had a PICC line, medications, and at 29 and a half weeks, my body quit. Excuse me. I had to have an emergency C-section, and our girls were born completely healthy, just teeny tiny. We got so lucky because I know it doesn't always turn out that way. This was just amazing. The part that I was wrong in was that I was the one who was not doing well. The girls were doing so great, but I was bleeding out, and I had no platelets. My blood work was bad. I developed a condition called DIC, and I did not meet the babies for 6 days because I was in critical condition, and it would take 26 blood transfusions, 4 platelet transfusions, 2 additional surgeries to save my life. And, sorry, but I survived. So that is the moral of the story, because my healthy lifestyle really saved my life. My doctor said it best. He said to me that he thanked God for me having a healthy foundation, because if I wasn't healthy, I would have been dead. He couldn't have saved me. So think about that for a minute, and it's really hard to even say that because I almost wasn't here to tell you this story. And sorry, this is all fresh too because this is just like a year ago. But think about that. You know, we take a lot for granted, and I think back, and if I wouldn't have gotten healthy, then I don't know what would have happened. So after the twins' birth, I decided to make the rest of my life the best of my life because I did not want to miss out on anything in this life. So as soon as I was physically healed, I jumped right back in and hit the ground running. Tatiana, I was still friends with her. We were still sharing. And like Kelly said, something changed with her. And I started following that, and she shared this journey with me about 4 times. And I'm sure she's listening in right now and smiling and shaking her head because I told her no, 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 no. And finally, I went to hear her speak in an event, and there was 3 other speakers, and I was so moved by their stories, the inspiration, the motivation, and the friendship that they were all like coming together. I knew I had to be part of it, and I went home, excuse me, and told my husband, I need to be part of this. I need to do this. And I was afraid to ask him for the money to buy the 21-day fix. And he was like, put it on the credit card. Do it. Do it for you. And that's when it kind of just clicked. I needed to do it for me. I needed to change. So that was almost 8 months ago, just a little over 7 months ago. And 7 months ago, I finally said yes. I finally invested in myself. And that was the best $160 I ever spent in my whole entire life, because in the 7-8 months, I have earned more income than I made in the entire 3 years of owning my own stroller fitness business. I've actually made more than I invested in that business, which was a lot. And I have met some of my closest friends. I've worked on myself. I've developed myself and gained total self-esteem. I say the most important thing I wear now is my confidence. And I have a better body at 30. Everyone's always worried about turning 30, those big milestone birthdays. I loved 30. 30 was awesome. And I look better now than I did at 21. So thanks for letting me share my story. And sorry I'm coughing and getting a little teary-eyed, but this will do it for you. So I found my dream job, and I'm living the life that I designed. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Kelly so we can get you going on some information.
That was awesome, Kristen. I truly love hearing your story because it's just when I think of you, one word comes to my head, and that word is endurance. If there's ever a person who can like just keep pushing and keep going, I think of you with all of these little setbacks and pushing through and being so strong. And again, still seeing you work and do this from home with 3 little kids, and not give up, and really your passion is there. And I think you could realize from all of us that spoke this morning that there's one underlying factor here, and it's really the fact that healthy changes everything. All of us in one way or another have had health issues and overcome them, and this is why, I mean, this being a coach and these programs are truly life-changing. And like I said, it's just awesome to hear these stories and see how people can change their lives for the better. So we're going to talk a little bit about pre-Teen Beachbody. Before there was a Teen Beachbody, some of you may not even know what Beachbody really is. It was founded in 1998 by John Congdon and one of my little male crushes, Carl Deichler. My husband knows, it's all good. They started it with a mission to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And it started actually as an infomercial company with programs like Slim and 6, Power 90, P90X. And then they would do chat and message boards. And people were finding that they were getting the best results those that were using those boards were actually getting the best results because they had that support and accountability going on in there, and people were cheering them on. So that's when things changed, and they decided that they were going to form a network of coaches. And so then if we move into post-Team Beachbody, that's in 2007, they launched the coaching network where people could become coaches to help support and motivate others while sticking to their own health and fitness goals, which is so important too. It's having that accountability back and forth. Since then, there have been a ton of programs and products that have come out. They are definitely not slowing down. I'm sure you've seen some of them. You may have some of these programs. I don't know if you've heard of Insanity or TurboFire, and of course Shakeology, which is like the best. It's just so awesome. It's full of superfoods. You'll hear us all talk about it. We love it so much. There's just so many new programs, and they're constantly looking for new ways to help people get healthy and to reach their goals in the shortest amount of time. And that especially is important to myself and a lot of busy moms and people who are tight on time. The 21-day fix, like I had mentioned, came out last February, and that has been seriously a game changer. Like I said, my heart is with that program. I'm sure some of you have actually done the program yourself. And I bet most of you probably have done one of the programs and used some of the products or know someone who has. Like I said, it's not slowing down. Insanity Max 30 just came out. And 21-day Fix Extreme is coming out in February. And there's a couple other programs coming out too within the next year. So it's really exciting. It's a really great time to be a part of this company. It's awesome.
So why do we do what we do? As you can see, there is a major health crisis in this country, and it's actually trickling down to countries all over the world. Excuse me. You don't even need this picture. Take a look around, or better yet, think about those that you know, your family, your friends. Is there anyone you know struggling with weight or health issues? Anyone constantly on a diet? Does this maybe include you? This is why we do what we do. This is a problem that is getting worse, and we're fighting the problem, and that is our main mission. We provide the support and solutions to get people healthy and end this trend of obesity. Diabetes, do you know that kids are actually getting this now? A disease that used to only be found in adults. Fatigue, and so much more. Sorry, there's baby crawling. We help people feel the way they're meant to be feeling. I did not know what it felt like to feel so good, and I never want to go back. I believe that everybody deserves to feel this way. So just take a look around. If you go out today after this, just take a look around. Think about your family, your friends. It's huge. You'll see it. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Angel so she can tell you a little bit about what we are.
One of the main things that we always encounter when we're talking to people who might potentially be coaches about, everybody thinks that you have to be a fitness and nutrition expert. You don't. You don't have to have the perfect body. We're all at different points in our fitness journeys. You don't have to be perfect or flawless. I mean, I have a huge love of sweets. I have a giant sweet tooth, and I talk about that. I'm not 100% super clean eating because it's not me, and I'm not going to portray myself to be something that I'm not, and neither do you. And we are definitely not salesy. We share our stories, and that's how we make money. And so that's what you shouldn't be. What you should be, you should be dedicated to helping others. That's one of the driving forces that will make you a good coach, is your passion to help others. Um, you also want to be a product of the product. That means doing your workouts and drinking your Shakeology, but that's not very hard because the workouts are awesome and Shakeology is delicious. And you also want to strive to help people feel good about themselves. That doesn't mean just their body, that means their mind. I know working out for me is a huge, huge stress relief. It's how I make myself feel better. It's my release of stress. And we want you to be motivated and driven. We help you a ton along the way on how to be a good coach, but the driving force has to be you. You also have to be teachable, like we said, or like I just said. We do help you a lot. This team provides amazing, amazing groups to help you take off your business, but you have to be open and able to learn all of that. And one of the biggest things is you want to have fun. This is a job that you want to love. This is something that you should love because that's going to flow over into your business and into your life. One of the main reasons, aside from working from home and paying off all this debt and getting healthy, is that we want to live our lives how we want to live them. We don't want to live just a normal, I'm just going through the motions of life. I want to have fun. I want to like what I do. I do like what I do, and not many people can say that. And that's what coaching can do for you. So.
Awesome. We're going to move into talking about some benefits of coaching. One of them being that you, like I had mentioned and we mentioned earlier, you can set your own work hours, which is huge, especially if you have another job or you are working on other things. It is completely up to you the amount of hours you want to put in, when you want to work, where you want to work. In fact, half the time I work at my house, and another half I usually go to Starbucks or a coffee shop to work. And like I said, you can work full-time, part-time. I have coaches that work full-time and work after they're done when their kids go to bed at night or on their lunch break. Like I said, work an hour, work 3 hours. It's cool. This is your business. So what we do is you tell your coach your goals and how long you want to work, and we come up with a plan together on how we can help you reach your goals. You can build this business online. You can build it in person. You can use Facebook or Instagram, meeting people. I've met so many amazing people and have just gotten out of my shell so much more because of this business, because it's taught me to have confidence and just go out there, and I've met so many awesome people from that. And we give you the tools. We teach you everything. You're not going to just be left to just fend for yourself trying to meet people. Another benefit of being a coach is the motivation and accountability. It really does, I'm telling you, it keeps yourself accountable so that you aren't necessarily you're not doing the yo-yo dieting. This program, I've never been this healthy, especially around the holiday season. There's only one reason. It's because I am a role model to all of the people that I work with, and I want to be practicing what I preach. And I find that this just keeps me so accountable to that in a really, really awesome way. Sometimes, I don't feel like working out, but I know that I have people that are following me, that are watching, that I want to inspire, so I do it. And it's just an awesome way to reach your goals and help others doing the same. And like I said, you're going to build lasting relationships and be a part of such an important cause of ending the trend of obesity. You're going to surround yourself with really, really positive people, and that is so important. I know in life when you go out there, sometimes you're just surrounded by negativity, and that can weigh heavy on people, and it has on me in the past. And just take a peek around. Are you surrounded by positive people that can uplift you? If not, this is really something seriously to take a look into, because it's just going to be that safe haven, that place where you can be around positivity and be at your best and have people push you to be your best, and tools to help you build where you're lacking. And another great benefit of being a coach, importantly, like Angel had mentioned, is to have fun. If you can't have fun doing what you're doing, then what's it worth? Because we truly don't know what tomorrow holds for us. And so that's why you want to live your best life today. And this coaching really does that for us, and it can do it for you. Kristen's going to talk a little bit about the rewards behind the coaching.
Thanks, Kelly. So first and foremost, one of the best rewards is we earn a 25% discount on your own products. So if you're a regular Shakeology user, just this alone saves you about $100 every 6 months. So that's a big reward, saving money. I'm all about saving money, so I have to point that out right away. We also earn a 25% commission on the things that people purchase from us. As your team grows, you also earn team bonuses and quarterly bonuses. Recognition for helping others. Just looking at these pictures, right in the middle, that's Kristen R. She's on our team. She's sporting a P90 shirt that she earned for helping people. Up in the corner is a leadership retreat in California. You see Andrea right there with Shalene Johnson. That was taken at our excuse me, Beachbody Summit in Las Vegas last June. I was there. It was really exciting. My picture with Shalene did not turn out that good. So, Success Club trips. You can see over on the right-hand corner, coming up April 2015, Cancun. Earning that trip fully paid for. And the Success Club trip in Disney over on the far left, that was one that Julie was on. This was before any of us were coaches. She got a full expense paid trip to Disney. And I believe that was Scott's first time going to Disney. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure she said that. So it's really huge. How many people can say right now that they get rewards at their current job? Because I didn't get free trips at any of my previous jobs. I am going to turn it over to Angel so she can tell you a little bit about what to expect from our awesome team.
So like I mentioned earlier, we do everything online, and so we have closed Facebook groups for our coaches. We have accountability groups, challenge groups, new coach boot camps. Everything is all based off of Facebook and online, so you can get full training, full everything, full support from all of us, and be able to give full support just from online. We have an exclusive team training website and an ebook that is also, it goes along with our new coach boot camps. We have weekly team calls. We just switched those to Tuesdays, and webinars such as this one that you're on currently. We try to do our best to help coaches build their business, and this is how we do it. The new coach training group, like I already had mentioned. Recognition and accountability. Every Thursday we get paid, and we do our best to recognize our teams with all of their hard work and success from the previous week. It really does make you feel good to see where you're standing and how awesome you did the week before, and be able to give recognition once you build your own team to make them feel equally as great. like Kelly said earlier, our team is so positive. It has brought so much positivity to my life. When I was living in Texas, I pretty much just stayed in my house. I wasn't really able to go out and do very much, but this team gave me so much in terms of friendship and positivity and surrounding myself, even if it wasn't in person, it was through our groups and online and our chats with really supportive people that I could relate to because they were on a journey to being healthy just like I was. We have team events coming up on January 11th, I think. For anybody in the Buffalo area, we're having a Super Sunday, and that's going to be really exciting. We also just had a team holiday party hosted by Julie, and I believe she's taken everybody on some kind of a boat thing. I don't know. I wasn't here, but I wish I was because that would have been great. Yeah, so basically we provide you with everything that you need to build your business and to make this work and to have a great time doing it. And it's honestly, our team is awesome. Not to be biased or anything, but it really is. So I'm going to turn this over to Kelly again.
All right. Thanks, Angel. Yes, I agree. Our team is awesome, and there's so many little perks woven in everywhere. It really is. It's amazing. The trips and the little treats you get in the mail. I just got a book in the mail for reaching a goal, and it just breeds positivity. So I'm going to talk about some options you have because you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, this is so overwhelming. How would I even begin? I don't even have time to run a business. How would I even fit this into my life? Don't worry, there are options, and you actually may find that you sway back and forth between several options. So there are 3 different reasons why you want to start coaching. A, you may be interested in getting the 25% discount on your Beachbody products, which is awesome. You can get that on any of the workout programs, fitness gear. Seriously, like I am in love with fitness gear. I could wear it every day, all day. You actually get discounts on the gear that is cheaper sometimes than even buying it at Target, which is awesome. You may want the discount because you are a Shakeology lover, which most people are, and they want to continue using Shakeology, and so they choose to become a coach for that very reason. And maybe you just want to help a couple people a month and perhaps get your Shakeology paid for by doing that. Third, you may want to create financial freedom and a sustainable income through coaching and helping others on their journey to health and wellness. Whichever category you fall into, that is awesome. There is no requirement to be a specific way. Again, this is your business. This is your life. You design it. You will still receive all of the awesome benefits of our team and be surrounded by all of us, all of the people in here that are like-minded and working towards the goal of ending the trend of obesity. And actually, we have many coaches who start not knowing which category they actually fall into. And like I had mentioned, I was one of those. I knew that I wanted something more. I knew that I needed to make an income, but I was lacking a lot of confidence and didn't know really if I could ever make this work, and just had a little image in my head that was not anything like this business is. And like I said, I told Tatiana, I said, listen, I'm only doing this for the discount. That's it. I couldn't believe that you could sign on as a coach for free, and I was like, let's just do this. But I was very adamant about telling her I was not coaching. And then, like I said, you just get that high from working out and feeling so amazing that you just end up wanting to share this. So you may find, like I had said, that you change your mind, and that's completely okay. We meet you where you're at, and work with you at where you're at and help you achieve those goals. So we're going to go on over to Kristen, and she's going to share some really awesome information too.
All right, guys, so this is really big. What is possible in just over 2 years? So this is Julie, who you can't see right now because she's sharing her screen and running the slides for us. When Julie first started coaching, she didn't do much with it, but she also didn't have a lot of support. And she is the reason that we're all here on this call with you, because she's built an amazing team with amazing training. You can see what she did with it in just 15 months, how much she was bringing in. And then, excuse me, by the 30th month of coaching, what she's bringing in, I wouldn't know, as we said before, we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for this journey. I wouldn't know Julie either. And Julie actually this summer did something pretty awesome and amazing, and I'm getting chills just thinking about it. She brought her husband, Scott, home from his job, and now they are both full-time coaches. I feel like I'm going to cry, and it's not even me, but they deserve it so much because they've created something super awesome. So he's home with her. There's no more Sunday blues for Scott having to go to work. There's this awesome picture, I'm not sure if it's in here, of him taking pictures of himself on his last day of work, and it was just so awesome to see this face of him taking selfies. It's really huge. If you follow Julie on Facebook, you have to look for it, but she did this all in just 30 months. How awesome is that? The potential is just crazy. If this, I can't even, I'm sorry. I feel super emotional this morning. But this is something that is possible in just over 2 years. And the support, the training, and everything that we offer wasn't there when Julie started in her first month. And she's really made this team awesome. And we give you the tools to help you succeed. So I am going to turn it over to Angel to share a little bit more awesomeness of some other coaches.
So, these things that you're seeing on the slide right now, these are actual posts made on Facebook from other coaches. I mean, you can just see that the first one up on top in the left, nearly a $10,000 check just for helping other people. I mean, can you? I can't even speak. It's just the things that coaching has done for my life in terms of money. Like I said, I've paid off debt, and these people are doing the same thing and even more. You know, the one below it, from a family who could barely make Christmas happen, and now they just paid off all of their Christmas gifts. You know, 19 months in coaching, making over $6,000 a month. Moving from being a full-time job to full-time coaching. Another paycheck of nearly $10,000. Can you imagine what this does for your life? What this does for your family's life? Not even just in terms of health. This is wealth. And we're not saying, hey, you're going to make $10,000 a month just because you signed up to coach. That's not how it is. But this is over time and working hard and achieving your goals and setting goals in order to achieve them. This is amazing stuff. These are actual people. We are actual people who are making our lives way better, making our families' lives way better. Just to reiterate, like I said, my husband and I, we were living off of one income. We didn't have a dime to spare when I started coaching, and now we were able to give a very nice Christmas to our family, and we even gave our in-laws a 50-inch TV. And we were able to do that because I have a second, I'm able to provide an income, and a pretty nice one, for our family, as along with his. I've even surpassed his income a few times, it's insane, because I'm sitting here with my kids, enjoying them, seeing them grow up every single day, and I'm still able to contribute financially to our family, just like all of these other people are as well. And just like Kristen and Kelly and Julie, who, like Kristen said, was able to bring her husband home after a job that he hated. These are real stories. We are real people, and this is amazing stuff. So once again, over to Kelly.
I know. I love hearing those stories. It really is just, especially Scott's story. I love that, and the picture too of him in the car is just so awesome. We're so lucky to have them as our leaders, and it really does just take a little bit of thinking outside of the box, the normal, really believing that this is possible. And every day I'm shown this, and it's proven to me by seeing these stories, and this is on a daily basis. I mean, it's just truly awesome. That's what keeps me going. So you're probably thinking right now, how do I make it official already? You've listened to these stories. You've seen all of these amazing success stories. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of how you can make it official. The great thing is there is no buy-in requirement of $500 or even $1,500 like some other companies. There's no stocking products at your house. You don't have to keep them in your basement and send them off to people. None of that. You don't have to do home parties on your nights and weekends and take that time away from your family. It's all right there in front of you on your computer. There's a couple options for you. There's the Showcase Pack, which is your best option if you are really, really serious about getting started and you want to start immediately just building and growing and trying the products out and getting the best deal. That's your Showcase Pack, and you can see a picture of that. And there is also, you can get challenge packs. When I started there, they didn't have the Showcase Pack, but I got the challenge pack, and to tell you the truth, when I mentioned this, I thought that it was going to be like $400 or something like that. And when I heard that the price was $160 for the challenge pack that I got, I couldn't believe it. That included the coach fee. Honestly, I look at that. I've never spent, like, that is the best money I've ever spent in my life. It just improved everything in my life. There is a monthly fee that goes along with paying for your trainings in the back office, keeping your websites going, taking care of all of that. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. It's all taken care of. Another great thing is that there is a military discount for active duty, or if your spouse is active duty, those fees are waived, which is huge. And definitely what you want to do is be sure to talk to the coach that invited you to this webinar so that they can share a little bit more information with you on how to get started. And it's really, really an awesome time to be a part of this team, because Christmas has come and gone, and we're getting ready to get amped up for the new year, and we have people who have their New Year's resolutions. We want to help them keep those New Year's resolutions. We want to keep them ourselves, and this is a great way to do that. And you're just in time to get the training under your belt so that you can hit the ground running in January and February when the new 21-Day Fix It Stream comes out, and you can start earning right away. And get your coach links right away to start doing that. So it's really an awesome time to get on our team. I'm going to bring it on over to Kristen to do our finale.
Thank you, Kelly. So, I don't know why you showed up here this morning. Do you feel that you desire more? Do you know that you're destined for more? For better health and a better life in general. Imagine being able to stay home with your family, your kids. Imagine the freedom to work on your own terms. Imagine even just having extra money to pay off debt like Angel did. Get your kids something extra. Be able to go on a date night because you can now get a sitter and pay for dinner or whatever. Or even taking a vacation you never thought that you could. We had a coach who just went to Disney a couple weeks ago right now because of this. Imagine a job that makes you feel appreciated. Imagine a dream and making it come true. And actually living. Imagine not dieting anymore. Do you want this? Do you want to be able to live your life by your design and to be healthy and happy? Guess what? You'll get all of that with coaching on our team. I just want to share with you a couple quotes that my coach shared with me from personal development. 98% of the population says, what if I can't? 2% says, what if I can? And people won't try because they're scared of failing. Will sit there doing nothing is failing. I don't usually say I wish anymore, but I definitely wish I had done this sooner because I was afraid of failing, and that's why I kept saying no. Excuse me. Will you look back in a couple days, a couple months, or a year and said, I wish I had? We aren't anymore. Thank you so much for joining us today. We know your time is valuable, and we ran over a little bit. Sorry, we like to talk. Please reach out to the coach that invited you to join us on this webinar. And if you have any questions, they can help you with that. Have a wonderful day, and thanks again for joining us.
Thanks. Have an awesome day everybody.
Bye.